Therapeutic musician Carolyn Brodginski and transplant survivor Zac Mirecki demonstrate the soothing power of the mountain dulcimer during recovery.
I'm a therapeutic musician. I play for those just entering this world, those leaving this world, and everything in between. I play for others in need of healing. Family members, doctors, nurses, janitorial staff, security guards. But my focus is on the one most in need, the patient. I've seen some many times, and they've become my friends. I pray that they will be free from the disease, free from suffering one way or another. I started playing the dulcimer 12 years ago, and I went to a dulcimer festival. It was a weekend where there's workshops, concerts, and I took a workshop on music and healing, and I found out about this certification. It's called a certified music practitioner or a therapeutic musician. And I got information on the program. A year later, I entered the program and I completed it. I had to do an internship, and I worked at the hospital at St. Francis. And at that point, I was just asked to go to patient rooms and play for them. And I found that patients were very interested in the instrument, and not just patients, people all over the hospital. I'd walk around, not with the instrument in the case. I had it strapped across me like a banner. And I couldn't walk down a hall without people asking me over and over and over what the instrument was. So I explained it so many times. I would walk into patients' rooms and I'd ask if they wanted music. A lot of them would say no. And then I would just strum my 3 fingers across the strings and like, oh, they'd say, that's so soothing. And then I'd play. And when I come across a patient who's inpatient for a long time, or comes back regularly to the infusion center once a week, once a month, if they want to learn how to play and they say yes, then the next time I see them, I come with the cardboard dulcimer and I start to teach them how to play, and the dulcimer is theirs. There was a patient in ICU, she was kicking everyone out of her room, yelling at everyone. And I said to the nurse, can I try? And it took about 15 minutes, and You Are My Sunshine is magic. It's the best song on the planet. People in the emergency room who are really anxious, you play You Are My Sunshine and they start to breathe. It distracts them. And I love to play with people, to teach people who aren't musicians themselves. They're so proud of themselves and just so delighted that they played music. And it's so easy.
Well, Zac Mirecki, born and raised here in Connecticut my entire life. At 32, I was about 2 months into a new job in construction, feeling extremely fatigued, which eventually led to a rather nasty whole body rash. And I drove myself to the emergency room at St. Francis Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut. And it was quickly ascertained I had a blood disorder of some sorts. That was a Wednesday evening. I was admitted, and Thursday had one of many bone marrow biopsies and spinal taps, and Friday morning the news came back that I had acute leukemia. My car sat in the parking lot for 35 days. I was admitted that entire time, and about the first week and a half, I was introduced to the integrative medicine department, Dulcimer being one of many programs the hospital offered. So yeah, it was about the first week and a half of being inpatient. Carolyn very graciously gifted me a cardboard dulcimer, I think at our second lesson. I would say it was a true blessing. It's such a beautiful, simple, soulful instrument, and going from playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to starting to play Amazing Grace at the end of my inpatient stay was just a beautiful, beautiful journey. It certainly piqued my curiosity. I was feeling pretty crummy at the time with a lot of GI upset, and from treatment and some other, related symptoms. So definitely not the best week that I've ever had, but it did give me a real sense of purpose for while I was staying inpatient. I could have something new to learn and explore, and truly enjoy, and get to share that with friends and family. I gave my first virtual concert while I was inpatient, and that was truly exciting. So the first kind of virtual concert I gave on Zoom, I was in my hospital room. My parents were on the call, my sister, my boyfriend, Michael. They were crying, I mean, at the end. And I was too. It was hard to stay together, but just such a beautiful moment of just bonding and sharing. Knowing each of us handle bad news and a disease like AML extremely differently. I think music was one thing that really brought us together as a family to kind of deepen that connection that we didn't otherwise have. I think anybody can learn the instrument easily, and if you allow yourself that peace and that grace, it can make treatment and just that rather monotonous inpatient experience a lot more enjoyable.
I don't know if I played it for you, but typically it was the first song I would play for a patient. I played for 4 years, and a lot of the patients, it's called Winter's Tuning. It was written by another dulcimer player who lives out in Washington State. I have seen 30 minutes of soothing music produce the same calming effect as 10 milligrams of Valium. I see it in their faces. Eyes close, facial muscles relax. I hear it in their voices, a deep sigh, words thanking me for helping to relieve their pain or the tedium of being in the hospital, at least for a little while. Sometimes no words, just tears washing away feelings they haven't been able to get out. And they thank me for giving them a gift, and I thank them right back. I love my work. I just wanted to acknowledge the organization that I received my certification through, the Music for Healing and Transition program. They are board certified for therapeutic musicians. So mhtp.org is the website. And a graduate of their program is a certified music practitioner, a CMP. Their website is mhtp.org if anyone is interested. It's really a wonderful organization. You learn so many wonderful things about music and healing. It's just been life-changing for me.
For more information, to sign up for our newsletter, and to connect with us on social media, visit bmtinfonet.org.